Boilermaker. EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. Here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Kickoff team out there ready to team up in this bowl game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will take the field first. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today they can have a chance to end the season with a double.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Jackson will throw. Rush is on him. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
They're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Gubbs. He'll step out of bounds, just short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49 after a good pickup on that play. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Wrapped over the middle, it's Gubbs. Ball down, he'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
And he was able to run through one tackle and still only a modest gain.
And I kind of like how the running back did this. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. It'll be 3rd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. He took a hit as he couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's cut. And the Boilermakers will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So Texas Tech's offense will get the ball for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going into games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's West. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. After picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. In his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just...
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his ability after the catch. It's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Red Raiders with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for room. It's Joyner. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Going to have their hands full trying to get this guy through. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
The Red Raiders pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're going to go right back to it on first down. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because the body blow effect.
Nowhere close on that one as he had got Mongrell trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Johnson looking to throw. Not able to hook up there.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down. Doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trying that.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. They'll run the RPO. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. Big time pickup on that one. Cranking up a drive like that can really get it going. It's first down from the 44. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Joyner. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man, it's Joyner. Almost had a lot of room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start the second down. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for us.
Jackson will throw. He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again. Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, you just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with the first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Might as well give it to him again. Got the first down and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Red Raiders will snap it on 1st and 10. Off from the shotgun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down. And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. This is a guy that's setting his tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
The Red Raiders, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together.
Return for the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No chance to return that one. It will be kicked off in the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-one.
linebackers and DBs film, you just can't do it better.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure down. He goes at the 22. And the Red Raiders decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country recently. Now, this offense would like him to go far from him to kick that. He's not going to do that, David. You've got to have a little rhythm on defense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Got his man quickly. Gets away from one. Finds some space. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Boilermakers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Jackson gonna throw it. Setting up the screen. There we go. They'll make the stop, and not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The Boilermakers have taken it inside the 20. In the red area, Detroit. They get him down, and he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there, and just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And nice job by the defense. Understanding second and short, they're playing run. You can see super physical, now forcing the third down and short.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Looking to throw for it. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Gets the back moving. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. It's complete. And he's into the end zone.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now.
He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Defensive back spread all over the field trying to take away the pass. Looking for a physical attack to the gut.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back. He made him pay.
Makes the grab. It's West. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Makes the grab. It's West. Caught, and he's close to the first down. Nice pick up there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Grab near the marker. It's West. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. Good pick up on that one.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping it.
They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time for one final play in this half. That's caught. It's West. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we can feel the excitement of this Rate Bowl in Phoenix back here in our studios. Talk about a riveting first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick your poison kind of player. 2 quarters to go. Time to find out who comes out on top, guys, in the exciting conclusion of the Rate Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Boilermakers will kick it off to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable. They want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Red Raiders will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Jackson will throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
To the air on second down. Right on the money. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Quarterback stands alone. All wide receivers. Out of the shotgun on third down. Caught behind the line. It's Joyner. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Boilermakers line up and punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find it open. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, coming out in the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the third quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in there.
Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. On target to the left. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Red Raiders will have it 1st and 10. Johnson wants to throw. Oh, it's picked off at the worst possible time. Trying to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Boilermaker! The defense does work itself with a pick six.
What a game-changing play for this defense. Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocked that one right down the middle. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to look behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
To the air on 1st down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, playing their spaces, and force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win in front.
Nowhere close on that one as he got really trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down, just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw. What can you dial up here?
And you thought maybe in the second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at 36. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds a man in the middle. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Jackson gonna throw it. Punch it out of the air. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Nice job by the receiver on the end route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Red pass, it's complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
That quarterback put his face in the fan. I love it. Coming up quickly, making a tackle in space.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is extended.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. From the gun, running back gets to give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he told this. Small game, but some information you gather maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Grab behind the line, it's West. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long.
They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore. Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make better passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one and make life easier on this kid, who is so important to this team.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll spot the ball as a 12 after that completion. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down.
press this way, and we're looking pretty good.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Right down the middle. He's got an open man. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
It falls incomplete. How about the duration on first down? It just goes awry.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, yeah, it's good. Couldn't get any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it. Made a quick tackle. They might pump that and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Johnson looking to throw. Oh, they really could have used that as their physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. And trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
What a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle frankness.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
This offense has been unable to find the end zone all day. Can they do it on 3rd and goal? Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Under fire. They got it. The pressure got home, and the defense makes sure this drive comes up empty.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive, you want to get touchdowns, you don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this, but now you get no points. And the defense blows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Jackson gonna throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Snow.
score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
No more time to throw. The quarterback is sacked at the 35.
It just feels too little too late for this defense. Where was those plays earlier in the game, right? I mean, they're trailing by a ton of points now, in large part because they have not been able to get pressure on the quarterback. And finally, here late, they come up with a sack. So that's a teachable moment. That's something this coaching staff is going to point back to when they watch the film to build on. But they needed more pass rush early in this game.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Caught over the middle. It's Joyner. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Boilermakers will call on their punt team. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Red Raiders can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give from the gun. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
On this drive by the offense, they already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And the Red Raiders come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a crease to the left. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense aiming for a score. Kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Carter. And he fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
And a nice touchdown. Continue to fight, continue to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. A nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Bangs it through for an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And the low percentage play, the onside kick, bounces out of bounds, and they'll drop the flag.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast. Down 2 possessions as the clock